I don't know why I'm so hyped to say it. I guess because I haven't said it in a while. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of Shawn Does. I'm Shawn that does the podcast, and this is my podcast. Thank you all for having patience with me after I promised you all that I would have a episode every week, and it has taken me a few months to actually put out a new episode. I would be completely honest with you because that's what my podcast is built on, is just complete honesty. I have not been motivated to do this shit. I'll be completely honest and say that. I guess recently I've caught the bug to want to do more, and I've just been motivated to do so much now that I just felt like it was time. I want to get back into doing my music. I want to get back into a bunch of different things. I don't know, having kids and teaching them makes you want to just do better for yourself. Well, for me at least. So yeah, I'm back doing this. Again, thank you all for the support. A lot of people have asked me about it, and I've given them the, oh, I'm going to do it, but knowing good and well that no podcast was coming soon. So when you hear it so many times, it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I really need to lock in and get one out because there are people that actually wait on this. And it's a cool feeling to know that you can impact somebody's day. You can make somebody's day better by just putting out a podcast. I never thought I would be to that point, but I mean, I guess I am. I've heard it from a few people that they really missed the podcast. So thank you all. Thank you for making me feel wanted in this podcast circle. And for that, I am truly grateful, and I hope to not disappoint you. So last time that we talked, I want to say it was right after Autumn was born, my daughter. Damn. My daughter's 8 months. That does not sound right. So, yeah, just adjusting to the life with a toddler and a 3 year old. So she would be a newborn. Adjusting to the life with a newborn and a toddler, so 8 months and a 3 year old. Yeah, it's been a little journey because our 3 year old Jesse, he's at that point now where he's Drake. He's on his worst behavior, so he's just getting to the point now to where he has his own mindset. He's not really on his worst behavior. He just has his own mindset. He's testing the limits, just doing what 3 year olds do. Parents know, you know how it goes. And if you've ever dealt with kids, you know how it is with 3 year olds. They just have to get their point across. But yeah, I love him to death. He's a good kid. He's a good kid at the end of the day. He's a great brother. He enjoys his sister. I didn't know how that adjustment would happen, but I guess he's adjusted to her well because he loves his sister and he sticks up for her like so much. Like, I didn't think it would be that seamless of a transition, but hey, Jesse proved me wrong. And Autumn, she loves her brother. She just thinks her brother is the funniest thing because her brother will be walking up the stairs. It's just the weirdest thing. Like, he'll be walking upstairs and she just busts out laughing. And Jesse will turn around and like make a face or do something like a boo or something to that effect, and she just thinks it's the funniest thing. So I enjoy their relationship, and it's a cool thing to watch because hopefully they maintain this relationship as they get older because they're gonna need each other once they get older because they're both cute kids. I already see it. Dudes are gonna try to talk to Autumn. Jesse will be right there. Girls are gonna try to talk to Jesse. Autumn's gonna be right there. Cause I do plan on putting my kids in karate. I plan on putting them in boxing, things like that, just for self defense. Cause it's a wild world out here. It's not necessarily for an intimidation. It's just for them to be able to protect themselves. You can never be too prepared nowadays. So I just want to give my kids all the tools to get their um get their points across if needed. So, a new thing I'm going to do is And that's 5 minutes. A new thing I'm going to do is get out all of my talk about my family, mainly my kids and my fiance. Get all of that talk out within the first 5 minutes. So we could talk about other topics within our podcast, within our podcast circle, as we were talking about. So that was the 5 minutes, and now we'll move on to another topic. I don't know how many wrestling fans listen to my podcast, but I am a die-hard wrestling fan. I love my wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since like 99. I remember my uncle. He got us tickets to go see wrestling during the Attitude Era, 1999. And Undertaker was there, Kane was there. He came in with the tickets and let us know, hey, we're gonna go to wrestling tonight. I was so scared of Kane that I did not go, and I will regret that day for the rest of my life, because just looking back at it now, that was the greatest era in wrestling. So to be a kid and be able to say like you went, that is a huge flex, but I'll never get that chance. But oh well. I've like missed out on a bunch of things because I didn't want to inconvenience myself. I missed out on that. I missed out on Coachella. It was 20, what year was that? 2018, I want to say. The year with The Weeknd and Beyonce. The Weeknd, Beyonce, and Eminem. I think they all headlined it. And Beyonce was the first night. Then it was The Weeknd, I want to say. And then Eminem was that third night. But I'm not really good around people. So at Coachella, you're basically camping. Like, you're camping out your car pretty much. You're camping out your car, and you got your little tent. You have all that. And there's select bathrooms, and this is very inconvenient. And you can't leave. Like, if you leave, you can't come back. So yeah, this is very inconvenient. You don't want to be in that for 3 days. Like, if you're not used to that life, you're not going to want to be there for 3 days. So I well, the person I was with at the time, we decided that third night that we weren't going to stay because we were ready to go home. So we drove back to Los Angeles, which I'm not from Los Angeles, but we were visiting Los Angeles after that. So we drove to Los Angeles, and I missed the Eminem show, which I was okay missing the Eminem part. But right after I got home and I looked on my Instagram, I look and see, and I see 50 Cent posted that he was there. If you know anything about me, you know 50 Cent is my all-time favorite rapper, number one. So I don't think it hit me. Like, I knew Dr. Dre would be there. It's just common sense because it's Eminem. They're in California. Dr. Dre, California Love, all that. So you just kind of expect Dr. Dre to be there. But I don't know why I didn't put two and two together and just think 50 Cent would be there. Okay, it just makes perfect sense because, I mean, Eminem, Slim Shady, 50 Cent. 50 Cent was brought in by Eminem. Like, you would think that I would put two and two together if I'm such a huge fan, right? But I didn't, and I once again regret that. What else did I miss? I missed, oh, wrestling, another one. I missed the Royal Rumble. Like, we went to the Royal Rumble this year, the 2023 Royal Rumble, where Cody won, and then it was a match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns at the end. And they had the whole Sami Zayn and all of that stuff going on. Jey Uso walking out. We missed that because me and Amanda missed that because we wanted to not get hit with traffic. So we ended up going home before that happened. So it was really my call. I saw Roman did his entrance, and I told Amanda that was really all I wanted to see. Like, I don't know, I just like his entrance. I just like the pyro and everything going on. Huge pause on all that, but yeah, I just like everything going on during the entrance. So after that, I was okay leaving, and I didn't think all of that would happen, and that was probably like one of the greatest things that ever happened in wrestling, and I missed it. But I mean, I was okay with it. I saw Cody win. I'm a Cody fan, so that was perfectly fine. I saw Rhea win. Love Rhea. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I got what I wanted, but it would have been cool to see it live. But right when we got home, we watched it, so I was perfectly fine with it. But I missed out on a bunch of stuff because I don't want to inconvenience myself. And looking back, you realize that, man, I could have been here for some great moments. Like I could have saw some of the greatest moments happen, and I missed it. So then it just makes you think. Like sometimes it's best to kind of sit through stuff that you don't want to sit through because there's a reward at the end. Like if I would have just waited one more day, or if I would have just waited one more day for the Eminem concert, I would have saw 50 Cent. I would have saw my favorite rapper. Now who's to say I ever get to see him? If I would have just went as a kid and went to that show with my uncle and my cousins, I would have saw the Attitude Era. I would have saw Stone Cold in his prime. I would have saw The Rock. I would have saw The Undertaker, Triple H, Kane. But I just didn't want to inconvenience myself. And if I would have waited and not worried about the traffic, I would have saw one of the greatest segments ever with the Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. But again, I didn't want to inconvenience myself. So sometimes you're putting yourself in a bind by forward thinking. This is kind of the whole purpose of me talking about this. You kind of put yourself in a bind by forward thinking. That goes for relationships, that goes for anything really. Work, you could be thinking about the work day before you get there and it can ruin your whole day. So you already go in with this already forced this mindset you set in your head, but it's not a proven fact. So you're going in thinking something's going to happen when you're not even there yet. You don't know if it's going to go, but it's all in your head. And that's what happened with me in these three scenarios. So in this episode, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. So I'm going to cut it short and tell you guys thank you. And again, I appreciate everything that you guys have told me, you guys have done, and it does not go unnoticed. I will make sure to put this one out and just keep putting episodes out because there is a huge plan for this podcast. I want to branch this out into something big, and I'm not going to mention it now. Like I'll talk about it with people that ask, but I'm not going to mention it on here. But it's I do have a pretty good plan for this podcast that probably will catch people off guard. So again, thank you guys, and I will see you on the next episode. It won't be 2 or 3 months from now. I promise you guys, it won't be 2 or 3 months from now. Thank you all.